Thank you very much for watching. Today I'm going to show you some of the items I bought recently for smallmouth bass. And this is the first item, Gary Yamamoto 2.5-inch Yamatanuki. You may or may not, the name Tanuki derives from the Japanese raccoon. You know, the tail looks like a Tanuki raccoon's tail. That's why it's called Tanuki. I think it's a pretty good naming sense. And if you look at this, you know, the vibe of the tail really appealing to smallmouth bass. So I think I'm gonna use this for as a nose sinker because it itself is pretty big. And this is a Jackal DR Drift Fly 3.0 inch. And this is really real. I mean, you might think it's a fish. Oh, my dog is on the table. Please get the. Alright. Sorry about that. And this drift fry, right? You need to use a special hook specifically for a drift fry. We call this kind of rig a hobastu rig in Japanese. I'm not quite sure whether this hobastu rig is pretty popular outside of Japan or not. So let me open the worm. There are 5 worms. Yep. And please look at this, so realistic. It's so shining inside. And the formula, there is no salt, so I think you need to put the sinker in order to let it sink. Otherwise, it will float in the water. So let me use this hook specifically for hobast. Yep. I chose a 3-inch. I didn't really know what size I should buy, but I think this 3-inch is okay. So you open it, and this hook, right, has a verve, so you can use maybe like under the bush or under the trees where there's a case of snagging in order to prevent the lure from snagging. I'm not really good at putting this hook, but I think if you look at this, I think it's pretty good. Yep. And you might want to open the verve so it will prevent you from hook up. Yeah, I think the hook size is pretty good. Yep. So open up. I think this is a perfect setting. I'm really excited to use this worm for smallmouth bass, where there are a strong current. You know, I think you need to use a pretty light line. And this is a Radio Japan EV50. EV means shrimp in Japanese, and this 50 is, I think it's pretty big size for smallmouth bass. So I think I'm gonna use this for largemouth bass, like under the bush. And this worm itself, right, has a salt inside, so it will sink slowly, nicely. And it looks like a cockroach, but the movement, you know, is like shrimp itself. It's really realistic, and I really like it. And this Radio Japan is a new brand, and this, I really like this design. And here you go. This is EV35, so the size is, I would say, much smaller compared to EV50. Yep. I think my hand will always. But yeah, please compare with the two sizes between EV50 and EV35. You can see the big difference. So I think I'm gonna use the EV35 for smallmouth bass. And this is the last item. It's called Memory App. This is nothing to do with the worm, but I just want to show you because I've been looking for something to measure. In Japan, we don't weigh the fish. We normally measure by centimeters. I don't really know how to calculate to inch, but this is pretty, yeah, good because it's quite wide, so you can clearly check the length